Welcome back to Super Rare Coins, the channel where ordinary pocket change can turn into extraordinary treasure. In today's video, we're revealing the top 6 coins that shocked collectors and reached unbelievable auction prices. These aren't just old coins. These are rare discoveries with hidden details, mint mark surprises, and powerful value stories. Make sure you watch until the end, because our number 1 coin could completely change the way you look at your own collection. Let's dive into Top 1. The 1979 Elizabeth II Canada 1-cent large date coin with no mint mark, showing scratches, circulated in very fine condition. And the shocking question everyone wants answered: could a coin like this ever reach a value of $60,000 in today's auction market? First, let's understand the coin itself. The 1979 Canadian 1-cent coin was issued under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. On the obverse, you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth II, Didi Regina, around the rim. This translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The reverse features the iconic maple leaf twig design, a national symbol of Canada, along with the denomination 1 cent and the date 1979. This classic design represents pride, tradition, and Canadian heritage. In 1979, the Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins. These coins were struck primarily in bronze composition, and most examples entered circulation immediately because such high numbers were produced. Most 1979 pennies you find today are worth only face value or slightly more in circulated condition. However, coin value always depends on specific factors: condition, rarity, errors, varieties, and collector demand. Now let's talk about the large date variety. In some coin series around the world, date size variations can significantly impact value. While the 1979 Canadian 1 cent is generally known for standard production, collectors always look closely for unusual die variations, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other mint errors. A normal circulated coin with scratches in very fine condition typically shows moderate wear on the queen's hair details and slight flattening on the maple leaves, but the major design elements remain clear and readable. Very fine condition means the coin has been circulated but still retains strong detail. You will see clear lettering, visible leaf veins, and defined portrait features, though not sharp like an uncirculated coin. Scratches from circulation are common and usually reduce value rather than increase it. In the standard numismatic market, a regular 1979 Canadian penny in very fine condition with scratches would normally sell for only a few cents to a few dollars depending on eye appeal. So, how could anyone claim a $60,000 value? For a coin like this to reach such a dramatic auction price, it would need something extraordinary. For example, a major mint error, such as a wrong planchet strike, a dramatic double die, a unique transitional metal composition, or a one-of-a-kind die variety verified by professional grading services. In rare cases, coins with extreme minting anomalies have sold for thousands of dollars because collectors compete aggressively when something truly rare appears. Auction value is driven by 3 main forces: rarity, condition, and demand. If a 1979 Canada 1-cent coin were discovered with a previously unknown major error, authenticated by a top grading company, and confirmed to be unique or extremely scarce, then competitive bidding at a major auction house could push the price dramatically higher. Media attention, collector hype, and scarcity can sometimes create extraordinary results. However, it is important to understand reality in today's coin market. A normal 1979 Canadian 1-cent coin with no mint mark, and remember, Canadian pennies of that era typically do not show mint marks, in very fine circulated condition with scratches, does not sell for $60,000 under normal circumstances. Collectors pay premium prices for top-graded uncirculated examples, rare proof errors, or major certified mint mistakes, not standard circulated pieces. If you believe you have a rare variety, the first step is professional authentication. Submit the coin to a recognized grading service for evaluation. They will examine strike quality, surface preservation, authenticity, and possible mint errors. Only after certification can a coin reach high-end auction platforms where serious collectors participate. The dream of finding a life-changing coin keeps millions of people searching through pocket change and old coin jars. The 1979 Canadian 1 cent featuring Queen Elizabeth II remains a nostalgic piece of Canadian monetary history, especially since Canada officially discontinued the penny in 2012. While most examples are common, the possibility of discovering a rare error keeps the excitement alive. So before you believe any high-price claim, always research, verify, and compare recent auction results. Knowledge is your strongest tool in numismatics. And remember, sometimes the true value of a coin is not only in dollars, but in the history it represents and the story it carries through generations. Top 2. The 1977 Canada 1 cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, large date, no mint mark, showing scratches, and circulated in very fine condition. And the big question is this: the 1977 Canadian 1 cent was issued during the reign of Elizabeth II and struck by the Royal Canadian Mint. On the obverse of the coin, you will see the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. Around her portrait appears the inscription Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The reverse side displays the iconic maple leaf twig design, a powerful national symbol of Canada, along with the denomination 1 cent and the date 1977 clearly positioned below. Now, let's talk about the large date. In coin collecting, even small differences in date size, spacing, or font style can create special varieties. While most 1977 pennies were struck with standard dies, collectors always examine the numbers carefully for unusual shapes, doubling, or spacing differences. A so-called large date appearance can sometimes simply be strong strike clarity, but if connected to a recognized die variety, it can increase interest dramatically. The 1977 1 cent coin was produced in very high numbers. Millions upon millions entered circulation across Canada. Because of this large mintage, most examples found today are common. In circulated very fine condition, the coin will show moderate wear. The Queen's hair details will be partially flattened, but still visible. The maple leaves on the reverse will retain clear outlines, though the finer veins may be worn. Scratches from everyday use are common, and usually reduce value instead of increasing it. So under normal market conditions, what is a 1977 Canada 1 cent worth? In very fine circulated condition with visible scratches, most examples sell for only a few cents to perhaps $1 or $2 at most. Even uncirculated examples generally trade for modest amounts unless they are in superb gem condition certified by a professional grading company. Now here is where things become interesting. For a 1977 Canada 1 cent coin to reach an auction price of $60,000, it would need something extremely rare and extraordinary. This could include a dramatic mint error, such as a major double die, a wrong planchet strike, an off-metal error, or a unique transitional composition. If a coin were discovered with a previously unknown and spectacular mint error, authenticated by experts, and confirmed to be one of a kind, then competitive bidding at a high-profile auction could potentially drive the price into astonishing territory. Auction prices are not based on age alone. They are driven by rarity, condition, authentication, and collector demand. When wealthy collectors compete for a rare certified error coin, prices can escalate quickly. Media attention and online exposure can also create hype, pushing bids higher than expected. However, it is very important to be realistic. A regular 1977 Canada 1-cent coin with no mint mark, which is normal for that era, in very fine circulated condition with scratches, does not sell for $60,000 in standard market conditions. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Only a certified, documented, and truly rare mint error example could ever approach such a value. If you believe you may have something special, examine the coin carefully under magnification. Look for doubling in the date or lettering, unusual metal color, weight differences, or striking abnormalities. The next step would be submitting the coin to a professional grading and authentication service. Certification adds credibility and allows the coin to enter major auction platforms where serious collectors bid. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that something ordinary could turn out to be extraordinary. The Canadian penny, especially since it was officially discontinued in 2012, carries nostalgic and historical value. While most 1977 pennies remain common circulation pieces, the dream of discovering a rare variety keeps collectors searching through old jars, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Always research recent auction records, compare certified examples, and rely on verified numismatic sources before believing extreme price claims. Knowledge protects you in the coin market and helps you separate hype from genuine rarity. Top 3. The 2005 Elizabeth II 1 penny, large date, no mint mark, showing scratches and circulated in very fine condition. And the big question collectors are asking is, the 2005 1 penny was issued in the United Kingdom during the reign of Elizabeth II and struck by the Royal Mint. On the obverse, the coin features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Around the portrait, you will see the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, defender of the faith. The reverse design displays the crowned portcullis with chains, a long-standing symbol associated with British heritage, along with the denomination 1 penny and the date 2005 clearly struck below. Now let's talk about the large date. In modern coinage, the size and spacing of numbers can sometimes vary, depending on die preparation. A large date appearance may refer to a slightly thicker or more boldly struck set of numerals. While most 2005 pennies were struck with consistent dies, collectors carefully inspect the date area for unusual font thickness, spacing differences, doubling, or repunched numerals. Even small variations can sometimes attract attention in the numismatic community. The 2005 penny was produced in very large quantities for circulation. Millions were released into everyday commerce. Because of this, the vast majority of 2005 1 penny coins are common and carry only face value. In very fine circulated condition, the coin will show moderate wear on the Queen's portrait, slight smoothing on the hair details, and some flattening on the portcullis lines. Scratches from circulation are normal and usually reduce overall collector value rather than increase it. Under standard market conditions, a circulated 2005 penny with scratches in very fine condition typically sells for only a few cents to perhaps $1, depending on demand and eye appeal. Even uncirculated examples usually remain affordable unless they are graded in extremely high mint state condition by a professional grading company. So how could anyone suggest a $70,000 value for a modern penny like the 2005 issue to reach such an extraordinary auction price? Something highly unusual must be present. This could include a dramatic mint error, such as a major off-metal strike, a wrong planchet error, a significant double die, or a unique production anomaly never before recorded. If a coin were authenticated as one of a kind, certified by a respected grading service, and heavily promoted in a major international auction, competitive bidding between serious collectors could potentially push the price to remarkable levels. Auction prices are driven by rarity, verified authenticity, and collector demand. Modern coins rarely reach extreme values unless tied to major minting mistakes or transitional errors. Without such features, a standard circulated 2005 1 penny does not reach anywhere near $70,000 in the normal numismatic marketplace. If you believe your coin might be special, the first step is careful examination under magnification. Look for doubling in the lettering, unusual metal color, weight differences compared to official specifications, or striking abnormalities around the date and portrait. If something appears unique, professional grading and authentication are essential. Certification provides credibility and opens access to serious auction platforms. The excitement in coin collecting comes from the possibility that something ordinary might turn out to be extraordinary. Even though most 2005 pennies remain common circulation coins, the search for rare varieties keeps collectors motivated. Knowledge, research, and verification are the keys to understanding true coin value. Before believing dramatic price claims, always compare recent certified auction results and rely on trusted numismatic sources. The coin market rewards patience, education, and careful inspection far more than speculation. Top 4. The 2006 Elizabeth II 1 penny, large date, no mint mark, showing scratches and circulated in very fine condition. And the big question is this. The 2006 1 penny was issued in the United Kingdom during the reign of Elizabeth II and produced by the Royal Mint. On the obverse, the coin features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley. The inscription around the portrait reads Elizabeth II DG Reg of D, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, defender of the faith. On the reverse side, you will find the crowned portcullis with chains, a historic symbol of Parliament and British heritage, along with the denomination 1 penny and the date 2006 clearly struck below. Now let's focus on the large date detail. In some coin series, differences in the size or style of numerals can create collectible varieties. A large date may appear slightly thicker, taller, or more widely spaced than a standard strike. While most 2006 pennies were struck with uniform dies, collectors carefully examine the date area for doubling, repunched numerals, die deterioration, or spacing differences that could indicate a rare variety. Even a small design variation can sometimes create excitement in the numismatic market. The 2006 1 penny was minted in very high numbers for everyday circulation. Because of this, the majority of examples found today are extremely common. In very fine circulated condition, the coin will show moderate wear on the high points of the Queen's portrait, including smoothing in the hair and slight flattening on facial details. On the reverse, the portcullis lines will remain visible but not sharp. Scratches from circulation are normal and generally reduce collector appeal rather than increase it. Under normal market conditions, a circulated 2006 penny with scratches in very fine condition is typically worth only face value or slightly above, often just a few cents in dollar terms. Even brilliant uncirculated examples are usually affordable unless they are graded in extremely high mint state condition by a respected professional grading service. So how could a $70,000 value even be discussed? For a modern coin like the 2006 1 penny to reach such an extraordinary auction price, it would need something truly exceptional. This might include a dramatic mint error, such as an off-metal strike on the wrong planchet, a major double die affecting the portrait or date, a mule error pairing mismatched dies, or a unique transitional composition error. If a coin were authenticated as one of a kind and certified by a leading grading authority, competitive bidding at a major international auction could theoretically drive the price to astonishing levels. Auction prices are driven by rarity, authentication, condition, and collector demand. Age alone does not create value. Millions of 2006 pennies exist, so only a verified and extraordinary mint error would justify a price anywhere near $70,000. A standard circulated example with scratches does not reach that level in the regular numismatic marketplace. If you believe your coin might be special, begin with a careful inspection using magnification. Look for strong doubling in the lettering, unusual thickness in the date numbers, abnormal metal color, incorrect weight, or striking irregularities around the rim. If anything appears unusual, professional authentication is the next critical step. Certification adds credibility and allows the coin to be offered in high-level auctions where serious collectors participate. Coin collecting remains exciting because sometimes modern coins surprise the market with rare and unexpected varieties. While most 2006 one-penny coins remain common pocket change, the search for rare errors keeps collectors motivated and curious. Before believing dramatic price claims, always research recent certified auction results and rely on trusted numismatic references. Knowledge is your best protection in the coin market, and careful verification separates ordinary coins from truly rare discoveries. Top 5. The 2011 Elizabeth II one-penny, large date, no mint mark, showing scratches and circulated in very fine condition. And the big question that surprises everyone is this. The 2011 one-penny was issued in the United Kingdom during the reign of Elizabeth II and produced by the Royal Mint. By 2011, the reverse design of the British penny had already changed from the traditional portcullis to the modern royal shield design introduced in 2008. The reverse of the 2011 penny shows a section of the royal shield of arms, representing one part of the complete shield that appears across different UK denominations. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley, along with the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. Now let's focus on the large date detail. In coin collecting, even small differences in numeral thickness, spacing, or style can attract attention. A large date appearance may look bolder or slightly thicker than standard examples. While the majority of 2011 pennies were struck with uniform dies, collectors always examine the date carefully for possible double dies, repunched numerals, die cracks, or other striking abnormalities. Minor variations can sometimes become recognized varieties if confirmed by experts. The 2011 penny was struck in large numbers for circulation. Millions were released into everyday use across the United Kingdom. Because of this high mintage, most examples remain extremely common. In very fine circulated condition, the coin will show moderate wear on the highest points of the Queen's portrait, including smoothing in the hair and facial features. On the reverse, the shield lines remain visible but may not appear sharp. Scratches from circulation are normal and generally reduce value rather than increase it. Under normal market conditions, a circulated 2011 penny with scratches in very fine condition is worth only face value, just 1 penny, or the equivalent of a few cents in US dollar terms. Even uncirculated examples usually carry only modest premiums, unless they are graded in exceptionally high mint state condition. So how could an $80,000 auction value be possible? For a modern coin, like the 2011 one penny, to reach such a dramatic price, it would need something extremely rare and extraordinary. This could include a major mint error, such as an off-metal strike on the wrong planchet, a mule error pairing mismatched dies, a dramatic double die affecting the portrait or shield, or a unique transitional mistake during production. If such a coin were authenticated, certified by a top grading service, and confirmed to be one of very few known examples, competitive bidding at a major auction could potentially push the price to astonishing levels. Auction prices are not based on age alone. They depend on rarity, condition, authentication, and collector demand. Millions of standard 2011 pennies exist, so only a verified and highly unusual mint error would justify a price anywhere near $80,000. A regular circulated example with scratches does not reach that level in the normal numismatic marketplace. If you believe your 2011 penny might be special, begin by carefully examining it under magnification. Look for strong doubling in the lettering, unusual thickness in the date numbers, abnormal color, suggesting a wrong metal planchet, incorrect weight compared to official specifications, or striking irregularities around the rim. If something unusual stands out, professional authentication is the next essential step. Certification provides credibility and opens the door to major auction houses where serious collectors compete. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that something ordinary could turn out to be extraordinary. Even modern coins sometimes surprise the market when rare mint errors are discovered years after production. While most 2011 one-penny coins remain common circulation pieces, the search for rare varieties keeps collectors engaged and hopeful. Before believing dramatic price claims, always research recent certified auction results and rely on trusted numismatic sources. Knowledge, careful inspection, and professional verification are the keys to understanding true coin value. Top 6. The 2010 Elizabeth II one-penny, large date, no mint mark, showing scratches and circulated in very fine condition. And the big question collectors keep asking is this. The 2010 one-penny was issued in the United Kingdom during the reign of Elizabeth II and produced by the Royal Mint. On the obverse, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley, with the inscription Elizabeth II, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, defender of the faith. On the reverse, the 2010 penny displays a section of the Royal Shield of Arms, a design introduced in 2008 that replaced the traditional portcullis. When different UK denominations are placed together, they form the complete Royal Shield, making this design historically significant. Now let's focus on the large date detail. In numismatics, small differences in date size, thickness, or spacing can sometimes create collectible varieties. A large date appearance may show slightly bolder numerals or more prominent spacing compared to standard strikes. While most 2010 pennies were struck using uniform dies, collectors carefully inspect the date for double dies, repunched numerals, die cracks, or other striking anomalies. Even subtle differences can become valuable if officially recognized as a rare variety. The 2010 penny was minted in very large quantities for everyday circulation across the UK. Because of this high mintage, most examples are extremely common. In very fine circulated condition, the coin will show moderate wear. The highest points of the Queen's portrait, especially the hair and cheek area, may appear slightly flattened. On the reverse, the shield lines remain clear but lack sharpness. Scratches from circulation are normal and typically lower the coin's overall market value. Under standard market conditions, a 2010 one-penny with no mint mark, which is normal for UK circulation coins, in very fine condition with scratches, is generally worth only face value, equivalent to just a few cents in US dollars. Even uncirculated examples usually sell for modest premiums, unless graded in exceptionally high mint state condition by a professional grading service. So how could an $80,000 value be possible for a modern 2010 penny to reach such an extraordinary auction price? Something highly unusual must be present. This could include a dramatic mint error, such as a wrong planchet strike, an off-metal error, a mule error combining mismatched dies, or a major double die affecting the portrait or date. If such an error were authenticated, certified by a leading grading authority, and confirmed to be extremely rare or unique. Competitive bidding at a major international auction could potentially drive the price to astonishing levels. Auction results are driven by rarity, condition, authentication, and collector demand. Age alone does not create value. Millions of standard 2010 pennies exist, so only a verified and extraordinary mint error could justify a price anywhere near $80,000. A normal circulated example with scratches does not reach that level in the typical numismatic marketplace. If you believe your 2010 penny might be special, examine it closely under magnification. Check for strong doubling in the lettering, unusual thickness in the date numbers, abnormal color suggesting the wrong metal composition, incorrect weight compared to official specifications, or striking irregularities along the rim. If anything appears unusual, professional authentication is essential. Certification adds credibility and opens access to serious auction platforms where collectors compete for rare discoveries. Coin collecting remains exciting because sometimes modern coins surprise the market years after their release. While most 2010 one-penny coins remain everyday pocket change, the search for rare varieties and mint errors keeps collectors engaged around the world. Before believing dramatic price claims, always research verified auction results and rely on trusted numismatic sources. Knowledge, careful inspection, and professional grading are the keys to understanding true coin value.